What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap, Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery, nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe, hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I am your boy Buzz and joined by my dude Goose, aka Bull Scripted. We're here to recap a Chicago Bulls victory, 112-108 after the All-Star break. So out of All-Star break, we come back with a victory right away. Before we recap this, be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap and on TapSportsNet. Following Goose at Bull Scripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Also, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, screw that. Go over to the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel on Tap Sportsnet. Hop into the comments section. Let's talk about this Bulls dub. Let's go. Goose, I missed you, man. Missed you. We have not recorded since the last Thursday before the Bulls took their little break.
So exactly a week since I've seen your beautiful face, but we're still streaking. So that's all that really matters.
I haven't put my clothes back on yet. I feel great. I'm streaking. I'm doing great. I'm seeing red all over the place. I feel good about myself and about the Bulls right now, even though they almost blew this one. And I know that had you. I'm sure that had you a little nervous, didn't it?
It did. Danilo Gallinari had like awakening in the second half here, and it was not fun. On top of Bogey hitting a lot of crucial shots because Io locked down Trae Young tonight. Can
you say that one more time, please, so everybody can hear what you just said, please?
Io locked Trae Young down.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's what you said. All right.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was a defensive clinic from Io tonight, despite ending up with 5 fouls. He had consecutive stops on Trae at the end of the game and throughout the night. Just made it a living hell for him on that end of the floor. And if you can stop Trae Young, you can beat the Atlanta Hawks.
So can you confirm to me right now that 3 for 17 is not good?
No.
That's bad. That's bad. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I can't stand Trae Young, and we've talked about that on this show before. So nothing made me happier to see that he could not hit a shot again against us. He struggled all year against us, and the Bulls now move to 3-0 against Atlanta on the season with one more matchup coming, I think, in a couple days, and that will be in Atlanta. But it seems that we have their number now that I just said that. I don't like putting that juju out there like that. But hey, for the first 3 games, we've had a number.
Young's number since we had Chris Dunn, if we're being honest. So it's okay.
Rip. Yeah, so Bulls start tonight, man, on a 10-0 run to start the game. Force Atlanta into a timeout. DeMar DeRozan scores 16 points in the first quarter, doing his thing. What more do we need to say about him that we haven't said on this show before? I don't really know.
We're saying lots of things about him. Almost every NBA player with any cachet around the league with a Twitter is saying things about him. And giving him his credit. I'm just waiting for national media to kind of catch up and get with the program.
Well, I saw that Big Perk. Big Perk was talking today, man, saying about how DeMar deserves his due. And I don't really like when he talks, but I have selective hearing, and I liked it today. I liked what he had to say today, but he did get a little bit of credit from national media. And I think that, like you said, the national media is starting to catch up to us and finally seeing what we're seeing out of DeMar DeRozan.
I mean, it's damn near impossible not to when you see what this man is doing in the fourth quarter. Like, clutch shot after clutch shot. We'll get to our Javante moment at some point as well. But DeMar just, demoralizes teams in the fourth. I mean, you have teams leaving Zach LaVine wide open, and that's confusing. Like you don't do that. No.
That last shot that DeMar hit to really, seal that game, call it a day. It was 3 guys over there on him, and Zach LaVine started to cut towards the rim because, hey, why not? DeMar's got 3 guys on him, and DeMar pulled up, and he drains the shot. And it was a great shot, but I don't know why I wasn't surprised because he's just been doing it all year. So I got to see it again. I'm excited about it, and he bails the Bulls out of yet another almost blowing this game. He bails them out with an awesome shot to basically seal this one up, and I'm damn proud to say that he's on our team, that we've been watching him all year. And especially coming out of the break, a week without Bulls basketball, man, it's huge to see that he's still doing it after the break. I just love it.
And you know who else I'm proud to have on our team?
Who's that?
Tristan Kardashian.
Oh, man. Tristan, let's talk about it. Tristan Thompson tonight, 13 minutes, 3 for 3 from the field, 5 for 8 from the free throw line, 11 points, 6 rebounds for the new big man. And he has taken Tony Bradley's spots within the rotation. And I'll tell you what, our buddy Joe Colley, did you see the tweet that Joe put out?
I did. Joe put out a banger.
Yeah, Joe. I am a little afraid for Joe's safety. Because that one was a little harsh towards Tony Brand, and I don't want Joe to get, taken out by Tony.
I guess Joe and Tony do have to be in the same building quite often.
They do have to be in the same building quite often. And Joe did him dirty. He goes, Thompson has 11 points in his debut. Tony Bradley had a total of 11 points for the month and didn't have an 11-point game all season. Enough said. It's like next time you see Joe walking through the building, Tony Bradley be like, all right. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to catch you outside, Joe. But no, he's got a point. The big man off the bench was really big for us tonight, pun intended. But Tristan Thompson played a great first game for the Bulls.
No, several huge offensive rebounds, made it to the free throw line. Did he go to the line more than DeMar tonight, or did DeMar still beat him up?
So Tristan Thompson went to the line 8 times. He made 5 of those free throw attempts, and DeMar went 7 times and made 5.
Okay, so Tristan Thompson in his Chicago Bulls debut beat DeMar DeRozan in free throw attempts. That is magnificent.
Yeah.
Nobody would have predicted that.
No, I sure the hell wouldn't have. But I'll tell you,
DeMar was missing a few calls there too, so he should have beat.
Let's just put that out there right away before we start breaking down even more of the game and just talking our normal smack. But these refs were terrible tonight. Absolutely terrible. I don't know what fell over there. Something fell. Did you hear that?
No.
That mic is so good it doesn't pick up anything, but something fell. I'm a little terrified, so I'm just going to keep looking over there. If I start running away,
it's not a mouse, Buzz. We're not doing this again.
It better not be.
We're not doing this again.
I'm trying not to. I'm sort of guys. I fell over there. I'm a little freaking out right now. But in his debut game, I didn't realize the kind of passion I guess Tristan Thompson plays with, and I guess I have to go back and look in 2015 when he was with the Cavs or anything like that. I didn't realize how he played the game. And maybe that's because I hated him because he was a Cleveland Cavalier and he was paired with LeBron. I didn't like him. But to see the way he came in his debut tonight, I think he took it really seriously. I think that he provided a motor off the bench that the Bulls could really use. And I think he did a really good job. And I'm very confident moving forward with that kind of size in the lineup for the rest of the season.
No, outside of what he provided in the box sheet, just how vocal he was for being so new to the team on both ends of the floor. Something you want to see, and he's definitely the kind of guy you feel like has your back on the floor too. So everything he brought tonight was just a testament to the Bulls essentially staying put at the trade deadline. They made the right decision. They were able to get somebody that filled their needs in a hole that they've had all year on the buyout market, and it didn't cost them anything.
Do you feel better about that? I mean, this is one game. So I want early and it is early. I want early and initial reaction, just rapid fire. Are you happy they didn't make a move and they just got a guy that fills a need with the other players coming back?
I didn't see Matt Thomas tonight, and I didn't see Tony Bradley tonight.
So you feel good.
The W, so I'm feeling pretty damn good.
You feel pretty good. Okay,
feeling pretty good.
That's totally fair. I felt pretty good when I didn't have to see Matt Thomas not shooting a 3, but, putting the ball on the floor and then doing a pull-up jumper. So I was pretty glad I didn't have to see that tonight. I'm sorry, Matt. I'm sure you're a very nice guy. You would beat me up, as we have already said in past episodes, but you make my skin crawl watching you play basketball. I want to talk about Io too. I know we're jumping all over, but I want to talk about Io. 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 3, hit 2 3-pointers in a row when the Bulls really needed it tonight. As you mentioned before, the lockdown defense that Io DeSumo played on Trae Young tonight was just fantastic. Io finishes off with 12 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 2 turnovers, but he did find himself in foul trouble. He did have 5 fouls, and that's because Trae Young gets superstar calls, which I don't understand why. Because 3 for 17 isn't superstar numbers that don't get the job done.
No, I mean, and superstars don't get locked down by second-round draft picks that are rookies. That just doesn't happen.
Boom.
I mean, that's probably taking something away from Io because he does not play like a second-round pick or a rookie. So to see him continue to do this as a starter, we have to continue to note we are down Caruso and Lonzo. We are starting a second-round draft pick at point guard, and he is continuing to produce and stuffing the stat sheet. Like, he has grabbed full hold of this opportunity, and he is not letting go. I am very curious to see what happens when we are whole, just because, we have so many guards, and Billy's great at playing 3 guards. But how do you steal minutes that are deserved for a player like him once we're whole?
Yeah, I 100% don't think he falls out of the rotation at all. I wonder how this does look, like you said. I mean, I could see, honest to God, as I look up and down here, and with the eventual return of Patrick Williams, Alex Caruso, and Lonzo Ball, I could see coming off the bench in a consistent minute type basis thing. Javonte Green being a little bit mixed with DJJ, depending on matchup purposes. And then
he's going to take our Javonte moments away from us.
He might take the Javonte Green power hour away, but I don't know either. I'm not sure because he did make comments today that he didn't know whether or not Pat would start when he comes back, or Pat would work himself back in and just do what's working, basically. But I do see a 3-headed monster coming off of that bench, and that is Kobe White, who's going to put the ball in the hoop more times than not, Alex Caruso, and Io DeSumo. Those are the guys that are going to – I mean, and that coming off your bench, rip to the other team, dude. Sorry. That's got to be fucking intimidating as hell. I don't know if you heard Adam talking about when Caruso's on the floor, the defensive efficiency, the defensive rating for the – what was it like? Yeah, first in the NBA. And without him, we're 29th. So once you get a guy like that back, and then you pair him with a guy like Io, who also plays defense and can kind of create for himself and hit the shot when he's open, I think it's going to be scary. I do have to give Io the game, not the game ball, but I want to give him like something really cool. So,
no, I mean, we don't have the game ball to give.
No, but I'm so happy that he did this. He crossed over Trae Young so bad and then hit a pull-up jumper in his face. And honestly, like, if I would have died right there, I would have been okay with it. Because just the look on Trae Young's face as he's running
past. You're
disdain
for Trae. I didn't know that it could surpass mine, but I think you might dislike Trae Young a little bit more.
Oh, I can't stand him. I can't stand. I'm sure he's a nice person for sure, but the way he plays basketball, I can't stand him. I can't. I hate the way he plays the game. I hate that flopping all over the place bullshit, the fake falling down, the screaming at refs like he's done something. I can't stand it. I can't stand watching him play. It's not entertaining to me. Like, he's a rip-off Steph Curry, but he doesn't bring any of the fun that Steph Curry brings. I can't stand the kid. I really can't.
I wish
on the basketball court.
I wish I disagreed with anything you just said, but I find it hard to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, so we disagree all the time, but sometimes we agree on stuff. And at this point, Trae Young is not fun to watch. He's not. Seriously, his haircut sucks too. So I'm just gonna okay. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry about that. I'm just saying, like, it's ridiculous. Like, the way the dude flops around the court like he does. The NBA is supposed to be getting rid of that shit, and where we're sitting right now, he takes 11 free throws. He leads the game tonight in free throw attempts. And I think where I got more mad tonight, where it's heightened right now for me, more so than it would probably be on any regular night, is the late whistles that Trae was getting tonight. Like, they were waiting for it to go in, and when it didn't, his bitching was able to sway. Was it swaying the ref's opinion? Was it, oh yeah, this is Trae Young. He's an all-star. Like, we got to give him this call. And I think that's what's probably heightened my anger about watching tonight. I don't know about you. I'll let you touch on that, but it was very frustrating.
I think the only thing that saved me from being extremely angry about those late whistles all night with Trey was him traveling multiple times and kind of killing the momentum for his team. And the refs not letting that slide as much as he'd like complain and be like, "What do you mean I didn't move my feet?" You know, like dude, we got you in 4K. Like we can all see it.
In 4K. Wait.
4K is right there. Well, we got it. We can show it to you again. You gonna stop complaining? Look right there. Look up. Look up. Jerry Reinsdorf put in a nice giant screen for you. Just look up.
Just look up at the 4K screen. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love that. I was going to ask you, is 4K real life? Because the refs are watching it right there, but you're saying you go ahead and watch on the 4K Jumbotron. Yeah. I get it. I get it. I like that.
Well, what is real life? Is that 10K? Like, what is it?
All my TVs are 1080p, so I would assume it's 1080p because I'm not going to say my pictures are badass down here. Okay. So I have no idea. I don't know resolutions. I'm not good at that. But yeah. He had 4K capabilities to watch it, and he traveled every time. So there, Trae Young, there. I want to point out some things that they did really well. Him and Clint Capella are dangerous together. They're very, very dangerous together. And I'll tell you what, even though they are sitting at 28 and 31, it surprises me a bit. Because I look at guys like Bogdanovic. I look at guys like I know Gallinari had a throwback game, but he's a vet who's been around for a long time. He's been on some very competitive teams. But those two tonight, those two can win you some ball games, man. I mean, for real. And those guys aren't really highly featured guys within your lineup, you know, they were really, really good tonight. So I have to give them dap. The Bulls tried everything to stop Gallo and Bogdanovic, and they just couldn't find any answers for it.
No, I was actually very scared for that bogey 3 to tie the game there before Javonte got that clutch rebound, or for the win, rather. Yeah. Because they went for the headshot.
Yeah, they went for the kill shot there. Yeah, I didn't like that.
No, I don't like it. Like in those situations, I'm scared. Like it's a good thing I'm not the coach. I would have fouled. I would be like, nope. I'm giving the ball to DeMar DeRozan.
Well, that was the first thing that Stacey said.
Under 10 seconds on the clock. I don't care. You're going to the free throw line.
It was the first thing Stacey says, like, don't foul. Don't foul. Just let him shoot it. And I'm like, oh, my God, foul. Like, because that's what I'm thinking in my head. I'm like, fucking foul. Because one of these idiots are going to hit a 3.
Let me give the ball to DeMar DeRozan. I'm much more comfortable with that scenario than Bogey chucking something up like he's done all night, Nick going in, and then I have to cry about a loss instead of a victory.
I will say, that's messed up about Peebo saying that Trae Young will have a Carlos Boozer haircut by the time he's 35 and signing as a free agent with the Bulls. In the comment section, if you are watching on Twitter or Facebook, come in the YouTube comment section right now. Talk with us. But I do want to talk about that last shot attempt, really, for the last real one, really, is when
that's the real one. That's the one we were up for when it didn't count.
Right. The Vucevic contest. Stacey pointed out, Vooch had a really rough night tonight, 4 for 13 from the field, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. He did have 12 points. He had 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Vooch did a lot of good things tonight. And I want to shout out MK Hoops and Casey Johnson on this. MK Hoops had put out a thought just on this that he was like, man, I feel like Vucevic is always deflecting the ball. And KC quote tweeted it and was like, he's actually leading the team in that. It was Caruso before, or Caruso and Lonzo before, but they've been gone for a while. But Vucevic does have active hands, and it shows within that kind of number. And then he got some praise for his defense tonight. And I think you and I have talked about that a little bit. That I think he could be a bit better on defense. You've been content with it. Obviously, you can improve at anything you do. But he, at a moment where he needed to step up and realize he can't drop back with Capella, he has to contest this 3 because of the time running out, and he did it, and it was great. He had a couple big moments. He had a couple big boards, and he really helped the Bulls secure this win. So I wanted to give him credit, even though his field goals were bad. I mean, 4 for 13.
He built a house tonight, but
he did. He was clanking that motherfucker. He was getting mad too.
Jump shooter. I don't think there's anything more intimidating than a controlled 260-pound man coming out to contest your shot. Like if he trips or stumbles, you might die.
He's gonna pile right into you.
So for him in that clutch of a moment to be that controlled and to have that clean of a contest was huge for this team, especially on a night where you just pointed out that it didn't matter where he was shooting the ball, whether it was in the post, whether it was in the mid-range,
right,
whether it was from three. It was all bad tonight. It was all rushed and forced. And
I felt when he actually would
rhythm.
take his time, though, he like on the couple that he made where he did all right. But
like Stacey says, it's an easy game.
Well, a lot of people like to call Stacey a homer, that he and listen, I'm pretty sure Javonte Green could mug somebody on the defensive end, and Stacey be like, that wasn't a foul.
Hey, I'm in the same boat with Stacey.
I am too. I'll never admit it. I would
never tell Javonte that he fouled somebody. If I was a referee, I would not blow that whistle. I'm not telling Javonte Green that he did something wrong.
You're cheating. But it felt
protecting my safety.
It felt like with Stacey tonight saying that about Vooch, when he takes his time, he's a lot better. He's rushing his shot right now. And then when Stacey said that, I made it a point to watch Vooch's shot attempts. And as he would take the shot, it felt like the form wasn't there. He's rushing on his shot a little bit. He's rushing, trying to get into the paint, leaving him short again. I'm not too worried about it because we've seen Vooch have those issues this season, and we've seen him break out of it. And Vooch is a good enough player to help in other areas if that shot's not falling down. This team does not have a lack for scoring. That's first and foremost. So, I'm sure he'll get his stuff together and they'll go from there. One more thing I want to talk about game related here is, again, I know we've talked about the fouls, but Kobe White went 4 for 10. He did have a big 3 in the fourth quarter, but he had 5 fouls on him tonight. And shame on those refs for throwing him out for playing good defense and racking his fouls up on him. And when he finally bitched about it to the ref, he's like, it was the third quarter, I think. He's like, man, I got 5 fouls already. I've got 5. And you see him saying that as he's walking to the bench, and the ref's like, okay. I'm like, dude, this guy got racked up 3 foul calls like that on Trae Young tonight. That shit needs to be looked at because I'm almost positive those refs had bet on the Hawks to win. That is a huge accusation to throw out there. I understand that. But I'm a homer, and that's what I'm going to say. I mean, come on, man.
No,
10 fouls between Io and Kobe White. The guys'
emphasis for the referees this season being on getting away from rewarding offensive players for this selling of foul calls, for forcing contact in awkward ways and non-basketball related actions. You can't continue to reward things like you see tonight. And he got Io up to 5 fouls too.
That's what I'm saying. 10 fouls between both of our point guards. 10 fouls between both of our point guards. And I'm sorry. I think it's a little inexcusable. I think that they bailed Trae Young out so many times they ran up the fouls on our guards. It's ridiculous, man.
It is. But back to what we were talking about, our buddy P-Boats here on the side pointing out that Vooch is averaging a career high in blocks as well.
Oh, yeah, Vooch is the man, dude. Vooch has been good all year, and it's been really awesome to see. I know the shooting hasn't been where it's at, but he's impacting the game in different ways. So, he has filled the need that the Bulls have needed. He's come out, and, even over his last month when he was averaging 24 and 12 and 4. I don't know about you, man, but I think those are all-star numbers. Personally.
No. And we touched on that. When that spot opened up, if Vooch came on sooner, he probably does get that spot over Jared Allen.
I didn't even think about that. You're right. We did talk about that. Yeah, Jared Allen wouldn't have made it over Vooch if Vooch would have just started kind of turning it up a little bit earlier than he did. But regardless of the fact, I'm just glad that he's able to, again, impact the game in different ways and still be effective even if that shot's not falling down. Anything else in this game that stood out to you?
Zach LaVine. Where was his stat line at?
No
minutes restriction for him.
No minutes restriction. He went 7 for 17 tonight, 36 minutes, 2 for 8 from downtown, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Zach finished with 20 points, 5 boards, and 3 assists, and he was a +5 in the plus-minus if you dig that thing. So he had a good game. He had 20 points. Took 17 shots to get there, but he hit a couple run stoppers against Atlanta there to kind of ease the pain as they were making some moves in. And taking a lead away.
He had a couple contested drives that he probably should have got some foul calls on too.
Well, he's not Trae Young, so he can't.
Yeah, I know. And that's what for us is frustrating about the inconsistency with referees is somebody like Zach LaVine, who is such a strong finisher and a finesse finisher at the rim. just does not get a damn call. But somebody like Trae Young, who flops like a fish, just gets them all. And it just,
right.
It's baffling.
Well, it's frustrating. I'm not sure what more Trae Young has done in his career than Zach LaVine has done in his career. I don't know what Trae has done to earn these foul calls that he gets constantly when we play him too. That's why I'm being so vocal about it. This is the third time we've had to deal with this crap. He shot horrible in the last game we played against him. The only reason he had the bulk of his points because he lived at the free throw line. It's annoying. It's absolutely annoying. So, I mean, he's got to have pictures of somebody. He's got something. He's got dirt on somebody. I'm sorry, he does. Tristan Thompson, yes, his contract is just for the rest of the season, Jeremy. It's just for the rest of the season. They used the biannual exception on him, so which means we can't use it this offseason. So they used the Bay. But I think that the Bulls and Arturas Karnisovas and Mark Eversley believe in enough in this team. I think that they know that they're going to be healthy heading into the postseason, and I think that they brought in a need that we desperately needed here. We brought in a player we desperately needed, and they're going to give it a shot here. So, but yeah, Tristan will be here for the rest of the year.
The first is the buyout deadline, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, one more thing I want to bring up: DeMar DeRozan's technical foul. What did you think about DeMar DeRozan's technical foul? Do you think that he had a reason to complain?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he obviously it was so early he couldn't have known how the game was going to go for Trae Young in terms of the whistle. I think it was a little risky taking it that early because that is one of those I'm willing to take this. Like, I'm going to let you know that I adamantly disagree with you. I'm going to get teed up. And I think given like how much this team needs him, that it was risky to get yourself teed up that early in the game. But at the same time, it set the tone. He ended up with less free throws than Tristan Thompson. But at the same time, it did set the tone to like, come on, dude. Like, have you seen the season I'm having? What do you mean I'm not going to get that call?
I'm not sure what else he has to do to. And I hate being like this because I want to be as realistic as possible. But I have to say it because I truly feel this way. It's like, what do these guys have to do? You know, I mean, DeMar's averaging 8 free throws a game. He's getting there. He's getting there for sure. And I understand they can't call everything. I get it, but this little Trae Young's running around the court, just, you know, flopping around, and his hair is beautiful, curly, or whatever the hell it is, cotton candy. He's flying all over the place, and he's just getting to the line all the time. And I'm just like, what? I want that for Zach. I know DeMar gets there, but I want that for Zach. But DeMar should be getting there a little bit more. Sorry. I mean, he's legitimately getting fouled all the time on his jump shots in the paint.
Well, no, it's impossible not to be getting. You're getting triple teamed.
Right.
You got 3 guys throwing their body at you.
See, it makes me frustrated. I get frustrated. We won, though, so I'm happy about it. But that was my only thing, like, last thought on the game is, you know, I believe that, you know, a lot of people are like, whoa, it's really early to get a technical foul like you had just said. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, burn it down. Burn it down. If you get kicked out, we all leave. Everybody leaves. You know, but it didn't work out.
If not available, we don't play in the fourth quarter.
And the fans leave. We all leave. We all leave. But that's just my my thought process. I'm a little hyped up tonight. I haven't been on the mic with you in over a week, and I feel good coming out to get, what is that, our 6th straight win.
6.
So that's 6 in a row, and it feels damn good.
That's something that Zach LaVine did not do once in his career until this year.
What's that?
Over a 3-game win streak.
Oh yeah, right. And he just doubled it.
Done this twice in grand fashion.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. I'm telling you. I mean, this team's dangerous. And once everybody starts flooding back in, Billy Donovan's comments last night about Caruso getting back into practice, about Lonzo starting to run, Patrick Williams, he's not practicing yet, but he's taking jump shots. He's doing that whole thing. It's exciting to see. We got Jim here. I can't read that out loud, but I will show it on the screen. So if anybody who's listening to this podcast on their way to work tomorrow, go over to the OnTap Sportsnet YouTube and see Beer Garden Jim's comment at the 29-minute and 10-second mark. It's pretty good stuff. But next game, Saturday. So the Bulls will be off tomorrow night. Saturday against the Memphis Grizzlies. I will be in attendance for that. This will be my first time seeing Ja Morant in person. I'm excited about that. As I told you, I was really excited back on February 11th when I got to see Anthony Edwards play in person. And we beat him too, just like we're going to do to Ja Morant on Saturday. But I'm excited to see this Memphis team who's pretty dangerous, man. They're a very dangerous team. A lot of people didn't have them where they are right now. They thought they'd be good, but they didn't think they'd be this good. Thoughts on how to get past the Memphis Grizzlies on Saturday?
Put Io DeSumo on John Morant. Game over.
Did you swap bodies with me or minds or something? Did you just go full homer on me?
I did.
I'm excited to watch the matchup, but we kind of saw that matchup once before, and that was on Martin Luther King Day, and I didn't have fun. So
it's going to go differently this time.
It's going to go, because we're at home. We're at home, and it's not a stupid noon game or whatever it was, or 2 o'clock game. This time it's at 7 o'clock, how it should be at the United Center on a Saturday night. So, throw Io on them and let Zach and DeMar do their thing, and then we'll definitely get a dub here. Got to speak it into existence. If we get the 7th win in a row, you know what that means. Shout out C-Red Friend. That means 7 titles coming. So, we need to be ready for that. You got anything else, man, before we get out of here?
Not a single thing. Just I love Javonte Green.
Javonte Green Power Hour, presented by Goose. Everybody be sure you're going on tapsportsnet.com for other Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullScripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. If you were watching on the Twitter or the Facebook, if you get a chance, go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the OnTap Sportsnet YouTube channel. You can catch us live after pretty much every single Bulls game, unless I am at it or it's on the West Coast, because I'm too old. I can't stay up for that crap. But I'm hoping we'll be back live Saturday night after the Bulls take out the Memphis Grizzlies.